Hello and welcome. Bob and I are now at the ferry terminal in Prince Rupert, waiting to board the ferry to Haida Gwaii. We are very excited to be here and looking forward to this wonderful week that we're going to have at this gorgeous place of Canada off the west coast of British Columbia. It looks like the ferry's starting to load, so I'm going to get back to the van before I'm left behind. Well, we've arrived on Haida Gwaii. Well, we're just on our way heading north on Graham Island towards a provincial campsite called Misty Meadows. Well, we just pulled into our campsite for tonight and just waiting for us. So we're just going to settle in. And I'm just going to walk down the path and check out the beach. Let's go have a look. So I'm going to say goodnight for now, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the morning, and we're going to see what tomorrow brings. Well, we're at the trail going out to follow the Tanu River out to the ocean, and I think it's a couple of kilometers through this beautiful forest, and then we'll walk up the beach for a while.
Some can get through. I guess in the deep forest. So.
Well, here's the mouth of the Tanu River, and there's Hecate Strait, and somewhere over there is the mainland of Canada. Such a remote, removed part of this country. Well, we've been following the river now for about 2.5, nearly 3 kilometers through the estuary lands here, and almost at what is going to be our destination, which is a shipwreck called I believe it's Perseus. It wrecked here as a barge. It wrecked here in 1928. It's been quite a hike. It's actually getting quite hot. And I'm right beside these amazing dunes. These sand dunes go for miles and miles and miles. And it's a terrifically beautiful area. So much variety just coming through that gorgeous forest. And then now we're out here totally exposed and heading towards a shipwreck. Well, here's some of the beginning parts embedded into the sand and the gravel. Look at the view from here. It's just absolutely beautiful. Well, we just had a little break and we're going to start heading back. It's a 5K back to the van. Let it get going and enjoy the rest of this afternoon and this hike. Well, we made it back to the van. It was great, good 10K round trip. And I see that the name of the shipwreck is a Pesuta. Not what I said, Perseus or something like that. Anyway, can't get it all right. Anyway, well, we've arrived at our new campground where we're going to stay for the next 3 nights as we explore the north end of Haida Gwaii. It's a really nice little campsite. We're surrounded by lots of forest and beautiful trees and shrubbery, wild berries. Really, really pretty. It's going to be a quiet evening tonight because we've had a really beautiful hike today and we're a bit tired. We're just enjoying being here at this new site. Good morning. Bob and I are off on a little adventure up at the north end of Haida Gwaii today. We're going over this gravel bumpy road, find trailhead to go up Toe Hill. Also to spend some time here on the North Beach, walking along Agate Beach. The weather is overcast. It's a typical, I think, Haida Gwaii kind of day, and it's threatening to rain, but it hasn't really started. So I've got our fingers crossed we can get in a hike or two before it starts. Well, we've made it to the trailhead. The first thing we're going to do, as it's not raining, is go up Toe Hill to the viewpoint. We're not sure what we're going to see. It's kind of a bit foggy in spots, but we're going to go have a look. Bob's just standing under the root system of one of these giant spruce trees. Just shows you what's holding these guys up. It's been down for a while. Well, it's nothing like starting the first walk of the day with a over 1K completely uphill. I think it's at another 460 meters to the viewpoint, so I think I'll be taking my time. Well, we're at the first viewpoint. And what you see down there is the Pacific Ocean and the north end of Haida Gwaii. That neck of land is called Rose Spit, and look at that beach. I believe that it's about 22 kilometers out to the very end, and you can hike the beach if you want to. I was just reading there at that viewpoint about that Rose Spit was the Haida legend, that was where the first Haida people emerged from. As we're here, we'll be visiting some Haida sites, and we'll be learning some more about the history of the Haida people, the Haida Nation, and their really rich culture and amazing artistic skills. And we'll be sharing what we learn with you as we go along. Well, this is kind of the picture of the Haida Gwaii you can quite often expect. It's not raining, but the mist is thick. This is looking west across the north coast of Haida Gwaii. And this is North Beach, also known as Agate Beach, I believe. I think as the rain's holding off, we're going to head back down and we're going to do a loop around towards what's called the blowhole, although it won't be active today at this point because we're not here at the right tide to see that. But it's a beautiful walk through the forest, and it's going to be downhill. We're at the base of, I guess, Toe Hill. Oh, the blowhole is blowing a little bit. We didn't expect to see that at all. I was just reading on the board here that evidently this blowhole is evidently a whale that was turned to stone. So it's still here and has spouted through the blowhole ever since. Got to enjoy stories like that. Well, isn't that quite the beach? It's beautiful. We're going to spend some time here now and just enjoy it, and I don't know, maybe even cook some hot dogs if the rain holds off. Well, we just had a great lunch, and just going to go for a walk down this beautiful beach. It's called Agate Beach, so we have to keep our eyes out, might find one. What a wonderful way to start day 4 of our Haida Gwaii trip. A neighbor in the campsite here has brought us 2 wonderful Dungeness crabs, which we've just cooked up. We haven't even had breakfast yet, but I guess what we're going to have for breakfast is fresh crab. So we're just going to dig into that and enjoy this wonderful feast that we have before us. Well, today we're in Old Masset, and we've just watched some eagles being fed salmon heads and parts down on the beach. It was pretty spectacular. And we're just driving through Old Masset, and I've asked if we can take photos of the house fronts and the poles that are here, which they said yes, as long as it's not houses that people are living in. So I'm just going to share some of this with you. It's a very rich cultural heritage here in Haida Gwaii, and we're very happy just to be able to be here. Cedar was a really important tree in this culture, and so many of the poles, the boats, and the buildings were made out of cedar. Also clothing, hats, boxes, storage boxes, baskets. Cedar tree was an integral part of the culture of the West Coast First Nations people. Good morning once more, and here we are on day 5. How fast this time is going. Anyway, we had a notification this morning that our planned trip to the ancient Haida site via boat may be cancelled tomorrow. We're waiting till 1 o'clock today to hear the final decision, as the wind is evidently up and its weather is not conducive to a safe passage for all of us. So right now we've just finished packing up in this campsite we've been in for the last 3 days. We're just going to start heading south on Graham Island. So I'll be back to you when something interesting happens. Well, this is our first stop today. It's to the Yungunganble Heritage Park. Here's an example of a virgin growth rainforest. Here we go. It's a beautiful trail. Look at this. Look at the arms on this tree. It is just humongous. I don't know how many feet across the base of this root system is, but it's just a magnificent specimen. We've just spied this ancient cedar tree. Let's just look at this close up. This is a cedar, western red cedar, and this bark was used by First Nations. The whole tree was used. It's absolutely stunning. Oh, and here. Look through here. Wouldn't you just love if this tree could talk? There's some beautiful plaques that are attached to some of these trees put here by the Haida people. Just read a small portion of this one. This is a cedar tree that it's on. I provide food, shelter, survival. In return, the Haida bestow allegiance, thanks, and respect. Together, we live harmoniously. That's a lesson we could all learn from. Everywhere I look, there's more of these giant trees. They're just everywhere. It's like a cathedral. Nature's cathedral. It's amazingly beautiful, and what a treat to be here. I'm just standing before two more of these giant trees, and we've just walked down this trail. It's absolutely stunning, and it's just imagining that this whole archipelago would have been covered with forest like this, and now there's just a few pockets left, and all done in the last probably couple of 100 years since the explorers and the settlers came, and with that the logging industry, and it's taken almost all of these amazing forest giants away. So thank goodness there's a few spots like this for us to come and feel what it must have been like in the past. Well, we've stopped here on our way south just to have a little look at the beach. It's blustery. Hopefully, we haven't heard yet about tomorrow, but here we are. Well, it's a pretty wavy day today. Not like when we came over. But look at the beach. Well, we just heard back from the Haida Expeditions people, and it's a go for tomorrow. So we're pretty excited about that. It's up early tomorrow, and we're off to the heritage site of Kuna, formerly known as Skidans. Well, we're off. Good. Go back in. Well, we've arrived at the first site, Tanu, after a terrifically calm and beautiful boat trip through the islands. And we're just waiting for the group to gather, and we'll be ready to go with our guide.
So this was Gitkun's house, and so Gitkun was the chief. His other name was Flu, which was southeast facing wind, so it would be blowing in from that direction. So obviously this gets hit with a lot of wind if he was named after it. And so you kind of be placed in the house. I came into Gwaii quite a lot as a kid. We would stay here a lot. Kind of unique in the sense that it had to have been wealthy enough to kind of have access to both. So our recent guess has been that it was the chief. We've had great contact. We've, like, white people for us are Haida Gwaii, which are iron people. Like, they brought iron to us, and we had, like, lots of healthy, good trading happening for a long time before.
Well, we've made it here to Kuna, where I was here 35 plus years ago. I'm pretty excited. And there's still some poles standing. This is such a beautiful place. I've been learning a little bit more about the different kinds of poles. About the poles that are the ones that stood in front of the houses, which told the history of the family, the people who lived within it. And then there's the mortuary poles and the memorial poles. I couldn't have asked for a better day. I told you I was really looking forward to this, and I'm not even remotely disappointed. Wonderful guide. Very fun and informed captain. Everybody has been super, and the watchmen who are living here over the summer months have been friendly and welcoming. Overall, this was just the very best that I could have hoped for it to be. Well, good morning. This is our last morning on Haida Gwaii. Bob and I are just getting ready to set out on a trail out to Spirit Lakes, an area that's long been used by First Nations people here for gathering cedar and various other plants, trees, things that have been important for their day-to-day life here. And so we're going off to have a look. Everywhere we go here, the intensity of the green is absolutely amazing, and all the shrubs, the ferns, everything is large. The humidity must be almost 100% here a lot of the time, but this morning it's quite pleasant. It's not hot yet, and a great time of day to go for a nice hike. Look how tall the bushes are on either side of Bob. There is a bit of a hill up here, granted, but my word, it's so dense in here. And I'm just perspiring, and it's not even really that hot. Oh, I just saw an eagle come in. If you look at the center of this tree, you can see that some of the cedar has been the bark, and evidently it was a plank that was removed from this tree. And the way it was done evidently did not harm the tree. It's continued to grow, and this happened a very long time ago. Well, here's another one, now that we know what to look for. There was obviously a lot of care and technique taken to not destroy the trees while harvesting from them. Now we know what to look for with these cedars. We're starting to see them everywhere. That along with numerous eagles. Oh, nicely done. Anyway, we just came back from that lovely hike, and we're just really thinking about going off to find a beach and to maybe make some lunch. Well, this is probably our last stop on this great week of adventures on Haida Gwaii, and we are now at the Haida Cultural Center. We're going to have a look at all the displays that are here, many of which we are asked not to take photos of. So I'll work around that, but there are some things that I can include in the video. So come along and join us, and hopefully we will be able to learn some more about this wonderful Haida culture while we're here. So we do know that the Haida people were known for being great sailors, living here on these little islands. They accessed the mainland, and they say the ferry trip for us was 90 nautical miles. I think it's a little less. I think it's maybe 60 in a direct route. But this is the size of canoe that was made from a solid tree. I can't begin to tell you just how huge this canoe is. This would be one of the big ocean-going canoes. Well, what a time we've had, and what a great last day after going for that lovely hike and then visiting the Haida Cultural Center. I'm really glad that you came along with us, and I hope that you enjoyed some of this fabulous scenery and the good times that we've had exploring Haida Gwaii. So I'm not sure where the next adventure is going to be. Stay well and live life fully. Bye for now.